The downfall of Justin Baldoni has officially begun. He has just been dropped by his talent agency, and old videos resurfacing of Justin have not been putting him in the best light. We got to talk about this and a lot more, but before we get into it, hello, my name is Sebastian and I cover all things pop culture. Just consider me your new messy best friend, girl. Some would say I'm the messy Gypsy Rose Honey Boo Boo version of how you doing, Wendy Williams. So I don't know, girl. I just listen. My content is like we're on a FaceTime call, and I'm like, girl, did you hear the latest, bitch? Wake the hell up, girl. Can you put your baby to the crib and just pay attention, bitch? That's me, girl. I'm always trying to distract your ass with pop culture gossip. But listen, we're usually in a cuter background in the living room with Christmas trees and everything. But my father-in-law is here visiting, and so I'm here in our room. It looks a little plain Jane, and quite frankly, this microphone, I put it there for aesthetics reason. It's my husband's. I don't know how to fucking work it. There's so many buttons. I don't know where the Bluetooth is from. There's this cord that I have no idea where that's plugged in. So this is not working, best friend. But I just thought it looked cute and I look professional. So here we go. Anyways, best friend, listen, Justin Baldoni has been dropped by his talent agency. Let's talk about it. Let the downfall of Justin Baldoni begin. Justin Baldoni has officially been dropped by WME following Blake Lively's SH complaint. Says here that Justin Baldoni is no longer a client of WME. The decision to have the actor, director, producer leave the agency was made Saturday morning by WME leadership due in part to the SH and retaliation complaint filed late Friday by Baldoni's It Ends With Us co-star Blake Lively. Sources say that Lively still continues to be represented by WME. Now listen, girl, it does not take a scientist and listen to understand what was going to happen, okay? You do not have to be that so raven to know that this was bound to happen, bitch. And listen, I might not be the brightest bulb in Home Depot, but I knew this shit was going to happen, girl. Listen, Justin Baldoni's downfall is here. We are living through it. Blake Lively's lawsuit is very extent and very receipt-filled. I mean, she is showing all the receipts, okay? And quite frankly, as the hours go by, Blake Lively has a whole lot of support. Justin Baldoni was in his prime while Blake Lively was getting canceled throughout the rollout of the release of It Ends With Us. But now it really is not looking good for Justin Baldoni. Not only was he dropped by his talent agency, but one of the things in the lawsuit states that he was not allowed to speak about adult content. So let's read this. It says, Justin Baldoni admitted to having an unhealthy relationship with Korn in resurface interview, okay, amid Blake Lively's complaint. Justin Baldoni previously admitted to having an unhealthy relationship with Korn, and he says, quote, I was introduced to Korn when I was 10 years old, long before I ever, could have any erection or reaction, if you will, or even knew how I felt about anything. He shared on July 2021 episode of Sarah Greensburg, A Life of Greatness podcast. Girl, it's always a damn podcast. They will always get you, girl. It says here, I was, like any young boy who sees boobs for the first time. It's exciting because our culture has shielded them from us because they're sexualized. It's cultural, Baldoni added. Says, quote, you go to places like Africa with different tribes and the breast is the breast. We've sexualized this thing. So of course it becomes fascinating and interesting and you're like, oh my God, boobs. And then, hormones start raging. The It Ends With Us actor said he sought refuge with Korn when he felt alone, abandoned, or hurt, and because it was a dopamine rush. I quote, I trained my brain to deal with the pain with the dopamine hit, but it doesn't mean that I'm not using something in an unhealthy way, he added. It continues to say, quote, and I found myself over the course of my life going back to looking at images and videos of naked women when I was feeling necessarily bad about myself. Quote, I knew that it was an issue for me when I would tell myself that I don't want to do that. Baldoni's previous comments about Korn resurfaced after Lively's filed a complaint against her. It ends with us co-star for SH. In the lawsuit, it says that she had an all-hands meeting about Justin Baldoni's alleged inappropriate behavior, which included her husband, Ryan Reynolds, okay? And it says here that the director was allegedly warned to no longer show nude videos or images of women to Lively, and to stop mentioning his past porn addiction and sexual escapades. Jane the Virgin actor was also urged to no longer make any mentions of casting crew's genitalia, inquire about Lively's weight or her dead father, as well as a request to not add more sex scenes, oral scenes, or climaxing on camera outside the scope of the pre-approved script per the complaint. Lively also accused her co-star of engaging in social manipulation to destroy her reputation and her career, mind you. Listen, let me tell you something, girl. I don't know what... When I read this lawsuit, when I'm reading the details that they had to have a meeting about these type of situations, Blake Lively said, you are forbidden of showing me pictures of nude women, allegedly, okay? All this alleged behavior is crazy to me. It is so crazy. Listen, let me tell you something. Oh my God. When I read this, it triggered something in me because I had a boss, right, who I did his social media for. I can't really tell you who it is because he's pretty known. But I did his social media. And so therefore, I handled his personal like devices, right? So I had his iPad, I had his cell phone. He had like 2 or 3 cell phones. His personal, his work, and then his conquests, if you will. So he gave, but of course I don't really know how like the iClouds work of it all, even though I have 2 cell phones, iPhones. It was all connected, right? So, you know, I would get content and then I would post on his socials and, you know, this and that. Then after like a month of me working there, I was just, you know, doing my normal thing and I saw some inappropriate pictures of himself. And I was like, oh shit. So, you know, listen, I've seen a pee-pee, okay? I know what they look like, girl, you know? So I was like, okay, you know what? It probably got, you know, mixed up. I always give people the benefit of the doubt, you guys. Always. Girl, when I went to his office, I'm like, oh my gosh, this is so embarrassing, but like, there's some pictures that I'm pretty sure you did not want me to see. So I'm just letting you know that I made a folder for you and I locked it. I did something so it's like privated. And he goes, oh, no, I wanted you to see it because I need you to tell me if those are good for me to send. I said, excuse me? What happened now, sir? She goes, yeah, I want you to tell me if you think that it's a good. And he talking about girth and long and this. I'm like, listen, let me tell you something. I felt so uncomfortable. The fact that he's in my face said, well, it's your job. You do social media, and this is social media for me. I need to see which pictures of my I can send to people that I want to sleep with. I told him in that moment that I did not, I was like, listen, I don't feel comfortable with that. I'm so sorry. He yelled at me. He told me to take the day to think about things. He said I was never going to make it. He literally body shamed me. It was crazy. Not only that, he called me in the next day. And after I told him how uncomfortable that made me feel, he literally told me the next day and he brought me into his office and he goes, okay, Sebastian, you know, this and that and this, sorry about my behavior yesterday. You know, I was on and I was like, oh no, that's fine. This and that, you know, I was, you know, I said, listen, I said, it's fine, you know, but, and I really needed the job, you guys. So I had to like, you know, unfortunately money, you know, tight, this and that. So no, it's okay. Just, you know, please, you know, you didn't have to do those comments about my body and this, that, and he, you know, he apologized for everything. Girl, the next day I go and I do my work. I'm like, fresh start, new day, new beginnings. He had added a folder with my name on it with over 200 of pictures of his Not only pictures, doing things. I went to his office, best friend, and I let the man have it. I said, I don't know how I'm gonna pay my rent this month. My husband will have to figure things out with me, but I'm not gonna take this shit. And I stood up for myself. I stood up for my inner Sebastian, who always constantly got bullied and walked over. And I said, fuck you. And I left that office, girl. I had ramen noodles for 2 months, but you know what, girl? They were the best ramen noodles, because when you stand up for yourself, girl, everything tastes better. Anyways, girl, just had to share that story with you. Listen, first of all, if these allegations are true, why is he talking about her dead father? Why is he talking about the cast and crew's private areas, allegedly, of course? Why is he showing pictures to Blake Lively, allegedly, of course? Why are you doing all these allegedly things? Take a shot every time I say allegedly. Girl, let me tell you something. This is not looking good for Justin Baldoni. If you were expecting an It Ends With Us sequel, girl, I think it's safer to think that we're going to see Hailey Bieber and Selena Gomez make a collab in Rare Beauty and Road. I mean, that's more likely going to happen than It Ends With Us sequel, which really, really, really sucks, because I do believe that It Ends With Us was such an important piece of communication to put out by Hollywood, because so many of us have gone through through DV and SA, and I just feel like it's so important in today's society to shed a light on something that so many people, millions of people, go through. So it really is so unfortunate that we're not going to get a sequel. And I believe the sequel was or is like a prequel. I think it's called It Starts With Us or something. This is the end of Justin Baldoni. I mean, I will say, I said that with Blake Lively, months ago, I was like, girl, this is the end of Blake Lively. Because listen, when you get canceled, it's intense, and now that we know, you guys should definitely check out the video I did about the alleged smear campaign, which allegedly was part of a company that is run by Scooter Braun, allegedly, girl. Yes, that's Scooter Braun. In Hollywood, this year, I believe that the most canceled person in the beginning was Jennifer Lopez, and then was Blake Lively. And to end the year, Blake Lively said, listen, I'm not going to end the year being canceled, honey. Here's the receipts. And I will say this, I've been really thoroughly exploring the internet, and I'm going to tell you, girl, it is not looking good for Justin Baldoni. So many reports are now shedding light on Blake Lively and talking about this alleged smear campaign. And not only that, but they are really, really bringing out this side of Justin Baldoni that we did not know. I mean, for them to have a meeting with everybody on the crew, including Ryan Reynolds, and Blake Lively saying, I don't want him to talk about this, show me this, do this, da, 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 da. It is absolutely insane to me, this behavior that was allegedly going on behind the scenes. And then we're out here supporting this man. That's why I always tell you, girl, take everything with a grain of salt, honey. Take everything with a grain of salt, a shot of tequila, and a damn lime, bitch. Because damn. Like, it is so crazy for me to think. And you know what? It's also so crazy for me to think that all of these months, if all of this is true, I have to say that, Blake Lively just stood by collecting all the receipts. She stood by being patient because she knew that her day in the sun was going to come. And it's here, girls. And let me tell you, my statistics have changed. I was saying that 90% of the people are still with Justin Baldoni. After seeing everything, how it's evolving minute by minute, hour by hour, I'm going to have to say a good 60% are now with Blake Lively and 40% are now with Justin Baldoni. I want to know what you guys think. Seeing all of these new details and information coming out, do you guys are more leaning to Justin, or are you more leaning to Blake? Let me know in the comments. I'd love to hear from you all. This is a roller coaster, girl, that is just beginning. So strap in, honey, because we got a long way to go. And I'm going to be reporting on each step of the way. So make sure you are following. Make sure your notifications are on. I'm so grateful to end the week with you. I'm so thankful and grateful for each and every one of you. I don't take any of you guys for granted. And I just really, really, really want to say I love you. I'm thankful. And I'll see you on my next video. Mwah.